Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region. And I'm joined today by Axel Leidner. He is Director of Technology and Application Support in EMEA. Axel, welcome to the studio.
Stan, thanks for having me here. It's a great pleasure.
So I'm really excited about this interview because we're here today to talk about how deeper OEM and end user collaboration can fast track smart machine innovation, particularly within the context of a competency center in Bologna that we're going to talk about. But before we get into the topic, could you just tell the audience a little bit about your role at Rockwell?
For sure, I will do. So in Rockwell, as you mentioned, I'm responsible for the technology and application support, which starts for us in pre-sales, working with the customer on the concepts, discussing with them how our architecture could look like, how to deploy our technologies in the best way possible, and following up then the whole sales journey with the customer. So we will not leave the stage after we say, hey, this is the technology you could use. We will in that case arrive at the next level saying, how can we help you to implement the technology? How can we help you to convert, if it's necessary, from maybe one technology? Because traditionally at the moment, a lot of people are using like belts, conveyors, where we are offering our ICT independent card with iTrack. And this is really a shift in the technology where we need to educate our customers. And so we are not leaving them alone. We are helping them to implement this technology. We are guiding them, but we are guiding them in the way to make sure that there is the knowledge transfer. So we are not there to, in that case, sell a black box. We are selling the competency, in that case, or consulting the technology to the customer so that he owns the technology. And even then, when he has implemented everything in the machine, we will also not leave the floor when there is any trouble coming, because let's say with emerging technologies, there is always a risk that you need to maybe reassess something and you have to work on that. We will be also on the side of the customer. When he asks for us, we will help him. And to, in that case, close the circle with what you mentioned with Bologna, we have, let's say, since years there, I call it always our shoebox of technology, where we put a lot of our assets in to, in that case, help the customer to understand what we use, to run proof of concepts. And now we are in the process and in the phase to increase that space, to bring in more machines, to run really full concepts, to deploy, in that case, what the customer is doing on his large machine in the scale in our center, making sure that he has a safe harbor, that he can build the trust in our technology. But it's also more than the trust between the people to share information, to drive the progress, and making sure that together we are driving innovation, because time to market is critical. And in the relationship, you ask, why is it important that end users and OEMs are working together? We see a bit of a shift from an engineering capacity. So in the past, end users have been really influencing designing a lot. But now a lot of these design activities are translated, shifted to the OEM. So in that case, merging that activities, bridging that is a key element what we would like to do in Bologna.
You've touched on this, but let's get a little bit more into the detail. You mentioned a shift. So let's explore that a little bit more. What are the fundamental shifts that you're seeing in how OEMs and end users are collaborating? Can you give us a little bit more detail around that dynamic?
Yeah, for sure. One shift which I see is really around the engineering capabilities. That in that case, the end users are more focused in how I need to get my greenfield faster up and running. Because if I can start 6 months, 8 months, 1 month, whatever earlier, it's money. So in that case, their focus is really making sure network configurations, data information, everything is synchronized, harmonized. They are not digging that deep anymore into the machine design. They are basically telling, this is what I would like to get. This is the output I'm asking for. And therefore, really shifting that responsibility to the OEM is one of the key elements. In that case, this will be faster time to market. In that case, also a lot of influence is by using digital twins from the OEM side, because also the OEM would like to have a faster deployment of the machine. They are using their technologies either in developing critical processes, making sure that, because in the past it was a try and error, But now with a digital twin, you reduce, in that case, the try and error phase dramatically. You can pre-prepare your code, and this gives you a lot of opportunity in being faster towards the market.
You've mentioned some very powerful and compelling technologies. You've touched on independent cart. You've touched on dynamic digital twin. Let's talk a little bit more about the technology. Which emerging technologies are having the greatest impact on machine design, in addition to the ones maybe that you've mentioned so far? And which technologies should OEMs pilot now to stay competitive over the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
That's a tricky question. Because in that way, when you look into the different industries, all of the different industries see different demands these days. When you look into CPG is more into tailored, smaller batches, individualized. When you look into life science, it's a similar approach, more tailored medicine, smaller batches, but also in that case, being able to track and trace, making sure that you have all of the information from the beginning to the end of the process. Sustainability is a topic. Just coming out of a customer meeting where we are connecting more than 600 sites and making sure that in that case, sustainability, traceability is important. So tailoring it down to one technology is really hard to me. But overall, I would say being able to create from your critical processes a digital twin. This is what I see at the moment with a lot of the emerging technologies as one of the key elements. So for me, our technology where we use Emulate 3D is a key one to me at the moment, because it will help the customer to make sure that I'm doing the right steps at the right time. And it also gives, in that case, the possibility to prepare the data flow and everything. So I guess if you really would look for a more specific one, this is really the digital twin to me. But otherwise, I guess we will talk for the next 2 hours on what are the other technologies. And I'm pretty sure that a few people will be disappointed that I'm not mentioning their technology right now. But I guess overlooking the Rockwell portfolio is, in that case, we have the broadest portfolio, in my opinion, in the market. And this is also bringing me back with the loop to Bologna, because in Bologna, we will, in that case, create that environment where you can experience all of our portfolio. And this will be the key differentiator.
Let's talk about the Bologna Center a little bit more. So Rockwell is investing in this competency center. From your perspective, what opportunity in the market, gap in the market, does this center fill? And how do you see it launching and evolving over time?
Mm-hmm. So the main gap, in my opinion, will fulfill is that having a place where all of our technologies are, in that case, visible to the customer. We have one demo created now, which is, we call it our multiple industry machine. It's not maybe the most sexiest name, but we will find a better one sooner or later. But with that machine, we can address 85 to 90% of the use cases of a machine in CPG, in life science, in all kind of industries. And we are then, in that case, able to put a digital twin in the background, showing a full machine, showing a line. And then with that, the customer can either work on, hey, do I need to work on a pick and place? Do I do a proof of concept in adjustment? Do I need to work on cybersecurity? How do I do the network connectivity? And so for me, it's the perfect time launching that center, because it will combine all of our technologies in one environment. And we have, in that case, also different zones there. And one zone is more dedicated to the leadership team, where we are showing them what are the technologies, creating trust for the leadership from our customers, that the decision makers, so that they understand, oh, this is the technology which we will drive, which will help me to drive innovation. We have then the technology area or zone, however we phrase it, which I just mentioned with this one large asset. But then there are also like small frame, medium frame ICT. We have a Delta robot with a belt. We have Magna Motion. We have Otto, which is our latest AMR acquisition. So all of our technologies will be visible from a hardware viewpoint, and all of the software. If we talk about, in that case, FD optics, if we talk about design studio, everything will be available, and the customer basically could experience the full power of our technology. And then the last zone is what we call our competency zone. And in that competency zone, we can really work on tailored trainings. So what we do at the moment quite often are motion advanced trainings, where we are working with our customers on really very specific use cases, where they say, hey, I'm struggling. And we will, in that case, work on more demos there. But as we do that for a few years now already with these trainings, we always start on a Monday asking the customer, where are you? What is your competency level? We ask on the Friday, where is your competency level? And do you feel ready on Monday to deploy it? Because this is for me the most important one, because it's an investment. Our customers invest. It's an invest in, let's say, money, flight, hotel. It's invest in resources, which are in that case not working on a specific project. They are upskilling them. So for me, the priority is always when they leave Bologna, they should go to their manager and say, hey, now I'm better, now I'm faster, I'm better educated, I know the right people, I'm connected when it's needed to the right guys, help me. But I'm now on a level where I feel confident to, in that case, drive innovations, make our machines better. And if this is the feedback we receive from our customers, then we have the mission accomplished, in my opinion. And with the new center in Bologna, I'm pretty sure we will be able to even overachieve that goals, in my opinion.
Axel, that's really exciting, because what I'm hearing is just this really detailed and sophisticated hub of workforce enablement, of technology and innovation, of strategy and practical application, all coming together in a single experience. And It sounds like it's just what the industry needs.
Correct. No, and I'm really happy that we are doing that investment, because it's a commitment. And because you asked me what is our future, where do we want to go, we really know exactly what are the steps over the next years, what are the technologies we would like to implement. We have a strong link into the business unit out of my team. We know exactly what is on the roadmap. And so therefore we already envision what is the next, in that case, asset we will bring in, what is the next, in that case, product we are going to, in that case, actively promote in Bologna. And I guess this is also important to me, because this is not a one-off. An investment in such a center should really pay off over years. And really, in that case, therefore, you need to have a vision where you would like to start, a mission, what you are going to do, and also certain KPIs to measure success. And in that KPIs, I guess the customer play a key role with their feedback if we have achieved our vision and mission to them.
Exciting. And to your earlier point, even though this center is based in Bologna, it's really an opportunity for industry to come from across the continent, right?
No, it's you're completely right. It's a center which is for EMEA, not only, because we have connectivity. So this means when a customer from wherever in the world, because my team, I have peers in Asia Pacific, I have peers in North America. When they see a demand, we have remote access. We bring them on. We have cameras everywhere. So if they would like to do some stuff remote, work with the center, more than happy. For sure, it's much more beneficial being there face to face. And Bologna is easy to access. And one of the reasons why we, in that case, decided on Bologna was because we have also a very strong team there for all of the disciplines. And this was one of the reasons why we took the decision for Bologna. And Bologna is also, in my opinion, easy to access. The office is very close to the airport. And going there is really very simple. And as I said, the team we have there is very educated, very skilled. But also, I guess what we see when a customer is traveling, we have also the key contact traveling with the customer, because we would like to have this intimate relationship, because with that you are driving trust and innovation.
Axel, thank you so much for sharing your insights into what's happening from an industry perspective, from a technology perspective, and how end users and OEMs that relationship is evolving. Really great insight. So thank you for joining us in the studio today.
No, thanks, Stan, for having me here. It's a great pleasure, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of customers in Bologna, and because this will be really exciting. and it will be part of our overall competency concept, which is covering a lot of events like technology forums, like events like Rock Live, which we are running annually. So it's part of our overall competency pyramid.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about industrial automation and digital transformation, visit rockwellautomation.com.